Yo, no spoilers, you guys. Jeez. I'm trying to. I don't think my alerts will work, but I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to figure out how to get my music to work. I have to restart it. Computer is not authorized. Ow. It's kind of loud. All right. Authorize this computer. Alright. Anyway, sorry, different music. Sorry, none of my bots are going to be working right now. We're back. Let's see. Here? Is this it? Ooh. What's up, y'all? Ugh. Camera looks pretty good. The lighting in this room is great. Ugh. I'm sick. I'm sick. But we'll make it work today. Ugh. Ugh. Alright. Let's check out these patch notes, huh? Alright. Whoa, Reina's abs. Reject your cookies. Were you on vacation? Wouldn't you like to know? Alright. Whew, okay. I didn't expect to be able to do this. Let me make sure my camera is stable. This color is like changing and it's like out of focus. Your camera blurry? Yeah, give me a damn second. Configure video. Okay, I think it's better. Yeah, we want it here. This all happened a lot faster than I expected it to. Exposure 5. It's roughly good. This is better. This is 2.0.3.01. 2.04 is the 2.04 is the swimsuit patch. All right. So this is hard. This is all on one monitor. So I'm struggling. Hey, is the audio clicky or is that just on my end? What's up, Misfit Manage? Thank you for the 4 months. Hey, if I miss any alerts, guys, don't be afraid to remind me. Be like, yo, you missed an alert. I want to check it out. I want to check it out. I just, you know, I don't have all my faculties about me. You have a playlist? Yeah. Let me check my Twitch dashboard. All right. Activity feed. Activity feed. Misfit Manage. Slashes to Ashes. That's a cool name. LFD. Thank you for the 6 months. 16 months. Nick Holbino. Thank you for the Prime. Hybrid Chillin'. Thank you for the 3 months. Trevcore. Thanks for the 8 months, bro. Inspector Kenobi. Thank you for the 8 months. Or, sorry, 15 months. 16 months. I'm fucking trolling, bro. Madman RB. Omega Servo. Thank you. Alright. Alright. So, God. So, same as before, I'm going to live react. And then we'll go from there. Cloudation, thank you so much for the 16 months. I hope the mic is good. I think the level is not what it normally is, but good enough. Still Grave, thank you so much for the Prime. I mean, it's the same mic, so I would hope it sounds the same. I have a separate... So, how much do I want to show? Well, okay. So, it's the same mic, and I have a separate Go XLR that I take for travel. So, it's pretty good. Yeah, the desk is a mess, anyways. All right. Bronze Joe, thank you for the resub. Yeah, if the stream starts acting up, I'm on hotel Wi-Fi, so you know. But this might be good enough to, honestly, this might be good enough to play Street Fighter on. Your boy Kang, thank you. And remember, guys, if I miss a sub, you're good. Like, please remind me. I want to express gratitude. I just have limited tools while I'm here, you know. Alright. Is this the one I want? What about this? Oh, no. That's the desktop. I mean, if you want to see what my desktop looks like right now, it looks like that. I can barely see anything, but... Alright. Okay, English is here. I need to zoom this. Oh, geez, not that much. Okay. How's it looking? I haven't gotten to start. Is that the main man video? Yeah, I was testing my audio and stuff. I would show the window, but I know there's like a whole GeoGuessr meta right now, right? So I feel like people would locate me oddly quickly. Can you turn the music down? Is that the vibe chat? We turning the music down? I kind of fuck with the music. Music gave it away. Well, you might be new here because this is the music I have on my stream like every day. So while you may have thought you successfully profiled my location based on the assumed ethnicity of this music, this is every stream. Furthermore, I've actually been on new shit. Carol G put me on Vallenato, and a stream monster, actually a chatter, pointed out the genre to me. I didn't know that Vallenato was so fire. Anyways. How the hell do you ask a streamer to turn the... I mean, it's fine for me, because you saw the mixer I have, right? I can turn it up for myself. But usually around minus 30 decibels is what's good for chat. Now my mic might be lower than normal, so that might be the issue. I can turn this up. Maybe that'll be better now? Why does FDX listen to Latino music? Because it's good. My mix was fine. I thought so. I thought my mix was fine. People would be picky, huh? Do I have a compressor on this setup? Sorry, I know there's a lot of delay, you guys, but I have to plan for YouTube whenever I do these things, so you'll have to forgive me. Find that guy was tweaking? All right. Okay, let's see. I've been sick. I've been drinking. I've been eating. I just took a coffee. It's like, what, 4 p.m.? So I don't know what's happening. Let me think. We saw the Fahkumram. We saw the Fahkumram trailer. Oh, no. Okay, I remember. We saw the Tekken Talk yesterday. I was planning to make a video. And we watched the Tekken Talk. Well, I watched it on my phone in bed. And I was like, there was not really much. They showed the full version of the trailer for that they showed at the Bandai Namco showcase with what do you call it? The Michael Murray in Thailand. And the full version showed a bit more gameplay. They had like, or I don't know if it's a full version of that, but they showed one game of Brian versus Fahkumram. Michael Murray was very... He kept bringing up Fahkumram's muscles and his physique. That was the main thing I noticed in the Tekken Talk. He kept going like his large physique, his defined musculature. I thought it was a lot of description. It kind of lined up with my expectations of Tekken fans. But yeah. He kept talking about the musculature of Fahkumram, which is what Tekken fans really like. So I know that must have been a big win. Jet Kick got sidestepped. That was cool. Jet Kick got sidestepped. Anyways, I think that's the preamble, right? That's what so that leaves us with the patch notes today. And at the Tekken Talk, Harada and Nakatsu weren't there, so there was no yo hurry up, shoot that green name. The Nakatsu and Murray weren't there Nakatsu and Harada weren't there because they said they were still working on the game, and I thought that was good optics. To, even though the talk was lackluster and they usually go through like the character and the frame data situations, the talk was happening one day before the release. And they stayed in the office because they were working. So, I thought that was the most valid reason for them to not appear, Mustika, thank you for the gift sub. Appreciate it, bro. Because that guy told me to hurry up, I'm going to take a quick potty break, and then I'll be back. So, you can thank that green name. I'll be right back. They also did say no patch notes beforehand. All right. Sorry that my song bot isn't working right now. This is let's see. I lied about going to the bathroom. I had to fix my hair. I had to fix my hair because I wasn't feeling YouTube. Hey, no fucking spoilers. God damn it. Did my pin get deleted? What's up, Max? Hope you're doing well. They updated Marvel vs. Capcom out of nowhere. 36 gig update, right? I saw your tweet. I wonder what they did. I saw that it didn't break most of the mods except for the single player modes or something. So, cool. Anyways, patch notes time, yeah? The mod is safe. The question is why. Yeah, they like, what did they update? What did they update and why? All right. Trying to find the best place to put my camera and shit. This song is Vueltita by Bad Bunny. What's your favorite Bad Bunny album? It's good. I like this song the best. This is my favorite Bad Bunny song. My favorite album is probably the one with J Balvin from like 2019. Do you fuck with Mario Kart? My favorite one was the DS one. I've never played the GameCube one, Double Dash or whatever. All right. Let me turn on the music. I can't hear myself think. Okay. Welcome FeedEx Unhinged. I found out that I have this hotel Wi-Fi is 30 down, 30 up. I didn't think I could live stream. I thought I was gonna have to record this. It was gonna be a YouTube exclusive, but they hooked me up with good internet, I guess. Patch notes 2.03.01. The like lead up to this patch, they told us it was gonna be the last major balance patch for the rest of the Tekken World Tour. They want to give the competitors a stable ground to compete on. To be honest, from my perspective, it's a little concerning. I think the game is in need of a lot of changes, and the previous patches have been very minimal. Now, to be fair, what I understand to be major patch changes means where they touch every character or mostly every character. What's likely going to happen is there's still going to be updates regularly for individual like character hotfixes. Now, all that said, most people feel like the patches beforehand were actually not that helpful. Right? Not that they weren't helpful. They were all a step in the correct direction, but they were tiny baby steps. So it felt like we were not really getting anywhere. All right. So this patch has a lot riding on it. We already knew that they were going to touch rage arts and that there would be buffs to specific characters. Aside from that, this is all new to me. A lot of people in chat have already read it. We've been, timing people out for spoilers. But let's stop yapping and get to it. All right. The update data for Tekken 8 will be distributed with the following details. Maintenance schedules. Not really relevant because it's obviously by the time you watch this video, the patch will be up. Impact of the update: replays, online replays, Super Ghost Battle, Tekken Fight Lounge, pre-update message and stamp histories. I didn't know they kept those histories. DLC: Falcon ROM releases early access around 4 p.m. Monday, July 7th. So by the time the patch, by the time maintenance is up, you'll be seeing Falcon ROM. The general access pack pixels. Oh, okay. Pack pixels also. Okay, the new stage. It drops the same time as Fucking Realm. Cool. New fight pass. I saw they had like a. I thought they had a new crop top. I saw Nina. That was cool. The Atelier Yumiya collab. If you guys didn't watch the Summer Tekken Talk, let me pull that up. Summer Tekken Talk. This thing was so wild, bro. This is the craziest collaboration, and by collaboration I mean like lack of collaboration. Oh no, this is the extended cut. I'm sorry, editor, you'll have extra work to do. I'm sorry. Here we go. Tekken Summer updates. So Atelier Yumiya, if you didn't watch this pseudo Tekken Talk, Atelier Yumiya is like a RPG game or whatever. Pretty cool. I only know of Atelier Ryza, but they have this artwork, this collaborative artwork, right? So we thought, oh, Yumiya would get Reina's costume, Reina would get Yumiya's costume, but all we get is Yumiya's little hair thing. The hair strand. And a slime. So it was definitely a very strange collaboration, especially when we found out that Yumiya gets Reina's entire outfit. So, you know, we got baited by this Junny art. The Junny art was really cool. I keep saying this, that I think the artwork for like fan artwork and any artwork they do for Tekken tends to be really good, like the character screen art and stuff like that. But this collaboration was a little lackluster, to say the least. But you know, there's also a t-shirt for the avatar. Fahkumram has an avatar skin, Tekken special deal, Tekken Fight Lounge. I'm sick while recording this too. I'm out of country and I'm sick. It's rough. Message board. Display a message above the avatar's heads. Okay, players in the lounge list. Oh, a list? Cool. Warp to player. Oh. You can find your friends and teleport to them. That's kind of neat. Dragon Ball Fighters. Preset phrases. Ghost behavior. 5 special ghosts with character panels. And I think with these 5 character panels, they're wrapping up all the character panel collaborations, right? So if you don't know, there has been fan art that's getting put in the game. If you haven't heard of it by now, I'm sorry. But they've done every single character except some of the DLC. So like Fahkumram isn't here. Anna isn't here. This is all kind of before that. But all this fan art was earned in the Tekken Fight Lounge. I don't know if they'll bring them back in the future. But I hope they do at some point. Yeah, the Devil Jin one is, to me, by far the coolest. So this is, this isn't the last set. 2.04, the next patch will have the last set. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. So 2.04 will have these loading screens and this swimsuit pack going band for band with Street Fighter. I'm trying to find, oh yeah, and these are the ones for the current patch. The Devil Jin one is the coolest. I also like the Zafina one. These are pretty cool, I can't lie to you. That's pretty sweet. Anyways, back to business. Character move, behavior fixes, and balance adjustments. What everybody's been hoping for. All right. In Tekken 8 version 2.03.01, we've implemented further balance adjustments to continue improving the battle environment. This update includes ongoing adjustments to moves that offer excessively high rewards and also introduces changes to rage arts, ongoing adjustment to moves with excessively high rewards. We've continued our efforts from the 2.01 update to address moves that offer disproportionately high rewards relative to their risks, as well as high performance moves that can easily create repeated advantageous situations and lead to one-sided outcomes. So like looping stance 50-50s, basically. Adjustment to frame advantage on block for rage arts. Maximum health was increased from 180 to 200 in the emergency patch 2.0.02, I believe, making it more common for characters to enter rage with higher remaining health. As a result, there were more situations where simple punishments like throws were no longer sufficient to KO after rage art. In this update, rage arts are now minus 18. They were minus 15, enabling all characters to punish with air combos. So will they undo the changes? I doubt it. I ask immediately, will they undo the changes where they gave characters 15 frame launchers? You know what I mean? Right? So like that was kind of a big deal. That was kind of a huge deal when it came to these buffs they kept giving characters. They give characters like Raven got forward 4 as a 15 frame tornado launcher in order to make it punishable. So making everything launch now, are they gonna undo those? I doubt it, but you know, that's my first thought right away, is like maybe that should be addressed. I'm just grabbing a little Unicode icon here so I can draw. All right, so yeah, big change. Every character being able to launch it's kind of a big deal. Steve has up to 17 frame, you know, just thinking of my character, so neat. The other thing, I was actually just, this is side topic, I was talking with friends about Rage Art, and it felt like when Rage Art was introduced in Tekken 7, it was better thought out than in Tekken 8. And what I mean by that is in Tekken 7, you had Rage Art or Rage Drive, and that kind of decision making made it so that you wouldn't see a Rage Art every game because Rage Drive was so valuable for some characters. Now in Tekken 8, where there's no decision making with Rage anymore, it's like you have Heat as the entire side system and you still have Rage Art. You see so many Rage Arts all the time, and it drastically affects the gameplay every round. So I feel like Rage Art there's consideration to be made for Rage Art being like once a game, or maybe reconsidered altogether, just because Heat is the dominant system, right? So having Rage Art every single round and Heat is kind of a lot to me, not to mention installs. So at some point I wonder if they'll cut the bloat, but I kind of doubt it. Regarding the previously announced character buffs, as announced in the previous patch notes, we originally planned to implement buffs for several characters that would have minimal impact on the overall battle balance. However, after careful consideration, we decided to limit the scope of this adjustment to Devil Jin only in order to keep the impact on overall balance to a minimum. Hey, you know what? Hats off to the team for that. I can't believe it. They walked back that they were gonna buff characters. Wow. No. That's actually really cool. I need to screenshot this. That's really sick. That's actually really cool. I cannot believe the Lee players did not downplay enough. That is the wrong lesson to take away from this. That is the absolute worst lesson to be taken away from this is that. I cannot believe that is where we left off. In any case, let's check out the changes. You guys are ridiculous. Considering that major esports tournaments will take place in August, the update schedule is not expected to include any battle mounts. I was celebrating too soon. So you're telling me this is the patch we get for 2 months? Small scale updates on bug fixes and minor balance adjustments. That's good, but 2 months? Goodness gracious. Okay, let me open these links in new tabs. Wow. Oh, you remember the last time we had to wait a long time for changes, right? They just kept putting them off, and then bam, 1,500 changes. Oh, these are not a lot of changes. I saw Lily and Xiao Yu on the same page. I mean, Zafina too. Okay. Well, chat. Tempered expectations, right? I had a hunch that it was not going to be anything super crazy, but they was digging in their butt while making this patch. All right. Can you guys see this? Is this big enough? I'm not in my normal setup, and I'm a little disoriented. Here, let me adjust this. All right. All right. This should be decent. All right. It's not the cleanest layout before, but you know, we're out of town, so we make do. All right. Balance adjustment policy for version 2.03.01. We read all this already. This is what we just read. All right. Sound effects, voice effects made some adjustments and changes to the move cinematics. I think cinematics are going out of control. Falkenraum going into a little cutscene every time he guard breaks you is too much for me personally. Too much for me personally. All right. All right. Move list. Certain text icons and other elements in the move list have been modified. Cool. Rage Art, -15 to -18. Throw break. A bug where multiple throws could be escaped simultaneously through specific inputs has been corrected. So people had asked me before, when they fixed the 1+2 throw break thing, would it lead to option selectable throws? And I said no. But they discovered that when they fixed the 1+2 throws, where they made the window less strict, it was like literally frame tight and you had to use a bind. Now people were able to like Kara cancel like by plinking 1 and 1+2 to break multiple throws at once. Obviously it was unintended, so they took that out, but cool to see that it's fixed. Okay, my favorite character, Elisa. During dual boot forward 1+2, the opponent's recovery time blocking was reduced by 3 frames. The advantage has been changed from +7 to +4. Nice. This is Hello World, right, where she spins like a helicopter? That's a huge deal. Huge deal. Dual boot forward 1+2 went from +7 to +4 on block. Big deal, big deal. +4 is crazy, but you know, we'll take it. We'll take it. Elisa, 2 on hit or block 2. The tracking capability of the second hit has been enhanced, mitigating the occurrence of whiffing midway through. I'm pretty sure 2-2 was a whiff punish anyways, or like a block punish anyways. So, not a big deal there. During boot 3, that's the slide, low parry was being triggered during the latter part of the attack's active frame, so the behavior has been fixed to align with the intended specification where low parry does not occur. Oh! Huh? So, what the heck? What? Slide no longer low parryable ever. So it used to be low parryable in the later active frames, but they don't want it to be low parryable. So they fixed that. Evasive action 1. Modify the opponent's behavior when hit from behind. I don't know what the evasive action stance is called, but I don't think that changes very much. I don't, what's the notation for evasive action 1? All right, Anna. Down back 4. Reduced opponent's recovery time by 2 frames on hit, adjusting frame advantage from +8 to +6. This is the stomp that goes into stance, right? Why is it so plus in the first place? I get that she's in stance, but this is a crazy number to put on a low. You know what I mean? Like, I get it. I get it. If this move, I'm pretty sure goes forced hammer chance, right? It still doesn't go into stance until it's on hit. But yeah. So it sounds like the blocked frames aren't changed, right? It just seems like such a crazy number to put on a put on a low that hits, you know what I mean? While standing 1-2. Reduced input. Okay, so reduced delayability by 4 frames. Is that the right way to say it? Delayability? Hammer chance 2-1-2. This is mid, high, mid. Opponent's recovery time has been reduced. Wow, okay. Yeah, this move was insane. I cannot believe it was +6 on block into full crouch. It was like she would just do the string and then she would mix you. It was so whack. The attack hitbox has been reduced to mitigate unintended occurrence of hitting opponents behind you. Reversal break. It had a reversal break. Oh my god. Ref break is what I'm going to call that. It's way faster. The chip damage changed. Okay, that's the main stuff. Yeah, I cannot believe that was +6 to begin with. Anna having any true advantage into full crouch is already insane. The character is, in my opinion, supposed to use like mental frames to go into crouch, right? Hammer chance 1+2. Opponent's This was like the same move as the last hit of the string, right? Hammer chance 1+2 is the same thing as the last hit of 212, right? How did that make it to live servers at FDX? I wish that were my quote. It's not my quote. That is Tyler One's glory. All right. Oh. During Chaos Judgment, take low attack from opponent. So the auto low parry now does a tornado. So I'm guessing if you auto low parry an airborne move like the Elisa slide we were just talking about, then you get a tornado. That's kind of cool, right? I didn't realize it didn't do that before. Cool. That's fine. I feel like that's what it should be anyways. With like the new system, that's not like a crazy change. I mean, it's obviously a buff, but running 3-2 expanded the hurt box. Okay. Same with heat. During sidestep 1+2. The distance from opponent on hit or block of the first hit was reduced in order to alleviate whiffing midway through. The tracking ability of the second hit has been enhanced on hit, mitigating the occurrence of whiffing midway through. Okay, so hitbox stability. And up forward 3+4. Issue has been corrected when attempting to perform a move with buffered input from crouch state. You would accidentally get... Okay. Bug fix for accidental FC up 4-4. All right. Honestly, there's still a lot, right? She still has the 2 jab counter hit confirm into the elbow that wall splats. So she has like a 10 frame counter hit confirmable wall splat, which isn't unique to her, right? Like, thank you for the spell check. She still has the 2 jab thing. Oh, what's up, Lily? Tekken is good now. Are people not mad anymore? The community has been divided into angries and angry at the angries. What I've had the most fun with this game is playing with friends. And to be honest, ranked isn't that bad. I think ranked is actually not terrible. Especially because Lily is pretty fun to play in the current meta, and the HP buff makes it nice. But yeah, it is what it is. To be fair, well, for what it's worth, I've been able to stream the game and not get upset. I only get upset when I mess up. Teach me again one day. I forgot everything. Yeah, Lily is really fun in this. Like, no, not even trying to like steal you back or anything. Lily is pretty fun in this patch. Her combos are really fun. She is also really strong in this meta where you can kind of block and take a lot of hits because you have more HP now. Anything's better than Street Fighter 6 League. I heard you're on Jury, yeah? I heard you're on Jury. How's that going? And Flame Arn, thank you so much for the 10 gift subs, bro. I know my alerts are down, but I really appreciate it. Thank you for the generosity. Hey, if you guys got a gift sub from Flame Arn, I better see some thank yous, bro. Jury feat you. Alright. Usually the green names are whiffing nonstop, but that was pretty good. That was not bad. Yeah, Lily, I'm down to teach you. If we get to link up at Evo, we can play some Tekken. I love setups and stuff. Yum Yum is insane. Where did we leave off? Asuka. This character is a war criminal, bro. I don't know if you guys were watching the mix-up, but Asuka Kazama is a war criminal. What did she say before that? Toes, big old juicy grippers, yum yum. Well, I knew it couldn't have been anything good. So. Alright, what do we got? Rage charge. The opponent recovery time when blocking So the full charge is, it was plus? I didn't even know it was plus. I knew you couldn't interact. I didn't know it was plus. What? Yo, no. Oh wow. I knew it was pushback. I the pushback in the situation, I was like, oh well, I you know, when I saw it in practice mode, I probably saw +3 and assumed it was for my character. Like I just stopped paying attention. I'm like, +3, surely that's for me. I just can't use it because of the pushback. I didn't realize she got the advantage for charging her super duper armor panic button that will kill me for daring to try to hit the character with a safe launching punch parry, a launching kick parry, a low evading counter hit safe launcher, a safe down forward 2, a sidestep 2 where she Mangekyo Sharingan's out of this dimension to jab me in the lung. I can't believe this character had that, bro. +3 to -13. What an insane, like, don't even look at what the move is. Imagine reading this patch note from the past. Advantage on block change from +3 to -13. If you saw that patch note in the past, if you played any Tekken before, you would be asking, what move could they have possibly done to go from +3 on block to -13 on block? And if the reply you got was, oh, it's a move you get when you're in rage, you can spend your rage and has super armor, and Asuka's the only one who can charge it to create a mix-up, you would be so confused. You'd be like, what did you just say to me? I can't believe that. Naniwa Gusto, up forward 1-2. Change behavior on hit. Maybe there's no more guaranteed follow-up. Her up forward 1-2 is a dumb move. That move is really dumb. Forward 2+3. Back 1+4? What is that? Isn't forward 2+3 her punch parry? She has a follow-up? Oh, these are two separate moves. Back 1+4 is a kick sabaki, right? It's okay. So they're two separate moves. I don't know why they put them. Wait, no? So, wait, she has two versions to do the same move? Forward 2+3 and back 1+4 are the same move? Or they're different moves? Back 1+4 is the start of the Kazama string? No. 1+4 is the Kazama string. Anyways, they're sabakis. That's all we need to know. Back 1+4 is the high-low string. Yeah, the one that you low parry, right? That had a parry associated with it? It says bug fixed where under certain conditions an unintended move would be triggered by inputting a technique. Okay. Anyways, down back 1+2. Reduced instances of okay, side swap bug fix. Back 1+4. Back 2+4. Sorry, 1+3. A bug has been fixed where if the opponent's attack landed before the reversal beginning, it was incorrectly treated as a counter hit. Wait, I thought it was supposed to be like that. Isn't that a buff? If you counter hit the parry too early, It's not supposed to be a counter hit? Okay. I think Asuka's in contention for the best character in the game. They didn't touch anything. That charge, full crouch 3, full crouch down forward 3, up forward 1-2 cancels. The untouched, like in a game that's supposed to be aggressive, having safe parry launchers is an insane character archetype, right? But if you're going to give a character those things, giving her the ability to attack also just gives her everything. So that's pretty wild to me. Azucena. I'm sorry, I keep zooming out. Azucena back 1-1. The opponent's recovery time when blocking has been reduced by 6 frames. Wait, what? Did I read the wrong thing? A bug has been fixed where the second hit could be avoided by crouching after the first hit landed. Okay. Bug fix. Libertador down 3. Collision detection, unintentionally being able to evade the opponent's attacks. Evasion bug fix? I'm confused. Isn't that move designed to be evasive? Back facing opponent 2 on front hit on ground 2. Adjusted to a transition to throw even if it hits off axis. Oh. Attack throw, or hit throw is a better way to say it, right? That last song, I love that song, by the way. This song opened a whole new genre of music to me. I'm a big fan of this song. All right. Brian Heat Smash. Oh my god, it got nerfed. Wow. It went from plus 15 to plus 9. Again, a crazy situation. You should check the lyrics. I've been reading the translated lyrics. It's a very, very romantic, in my opinion. If you guys don't know, the chorus is basically, I can live without air, but I can't live without him. Which is very sweet in another language. Because English is an ugly language. I'm sorry. Anyways, editor, you could take out that part. People on YouTube don't care about culture. During Snake Eyes 3+4-2. The opponent's recovery time and blocking is reduced by 8 frames. It was -1. Yo, there. See what I mean? Like they know what's wrong, but they keep going so slowly. They understand, bro. Why was this -1 and now it's -9? It took a year and a half. What's up with that, bro? What's up with that? Snake Eyes 3+4-2, it's where he does the counter hit mid kick and charges up a punch. And if you let him charge the punch all the way, he guard breaks you and it wall splats. If you don't let him charge all the way and you try to interrupt, then he wall splats you. It no longer wall splats unless fully charged. Oh. Wow. I better see Claudio get the same thing, man. As in removing. See, this is how you handle, honestly, this is how you handle the season. This isn't a season 2 move, right? This is a season 1 move. But this is how you handle the moves brought in season 2. Because it's unlikely that people will nerf them. These moves are unlikely. Remove. It's unlikely for these moves to be removed. So the only thing you could do is nerf them into obscurity, which is fine because Tekken doesn't need, you don't need a move answer for everything. And I'm not sorry to say that. Tekken is cool when good defense shuts down a lot of options. Good defense, mind you, when people know what they're doing. And you get more elaborate mind games built on timing and, you know, player tendency reads instead of just picking a better move on the same timing, you know. We could play other games for that. But Tekken was one of the few games where we didn't have to do that. And I like Tekken, not other games, you know? I don't think Tekken needs to become like other games in that sense. Anyways, Clive nerfs. Clive needs a lot of work, bro. This character's dumb. Down 1. Increase distance to the opponent on hit. That's a nerf? I feel like down 1, having more pushback on hit is what Clive wants. Clive's not whiffing anyways. Is that supposed to be a nerf? I don't know if that's a nerf. Might make while standing 4 whiff? Yeah, maybe. But he's, I don't know. I don't think that was that good anyways. While standing 3, this move is busted. Reduce knockback distance on block. Okay. Okay. It was stupid when it pushed back far. But if... I don't know. I'm confused. Forward 2, 2, 1. Heat. Okay, so heat, forward 2, 2, 1. This is the guard break string. Behavior from +2 to +9. Here we go. Listen. This is the direction. This is the kind of stuff we expected to see when Season 2 dropped. This is the exact thing that we expected when Season 2 first dropped. Now, so they get it. They understand. They understand what we want now. Is this something they could do more of? You know, like it. So what's gonna happen? My prediction, what's gonna happen based on these changes is like the Clive players are probably gonna be pissed, at least on Twitter, right? You're gonna see pissed off Clive players. You're gonna see characters like, because people got touched as they should have. You're gonna see Brian mains get pissed, right? You're gonna see Asuka players find a different way to complain. But what's gonna happen, I think, now with these styles of changes, this style of these changes, is the character mains who got hit are gonna be upset. But they hopefully will come for everyone. They have to stay the course. It's gonna be rough. People are gonna be so upset. But they have to stay the course. They have to make everybody upset. I don't know why Devil Jin... I mean, I know why Devil Jin is getting buffed, but they just ruined his design. It's so hard to balance a character like this, bro. They made his while standing 14 frames. Like, what? Dude. Is that what he really needed? It was 15 frames startup and now it's 14 frames. That's so wild. I can't believe that. That is a crazy change. The hitbox, the second attack has been increased downward. Okay. See, this is what you need. Hitbox stability. I didn't finish Clive. Oh, my fault. I got so carried away. All right. Clive, heat, forward, 2, 2, 1, charge. Hold. My fault, guys. I got too carried away with my rant. Opponents are... Oh, no more 2-1. Yeah, I'm dropping this character, bro. I'm dropping this character. That's fair, though. That's how it should be. It was pretty dumb that he had that before. It was pretty dumb that he got a wall splat after that. However, you will not be seeing me on this character without that. Expanded the hurt box, alleviating an issue where certain low attacks would whiff. Okay. Let's see. While rising 3. You can now use the move with CD 3+4. Oh! That's interesting because wasn't that the, like, special input to do his combo anyways? CD 3+4? Deviljin while standing 3 change is not a buff. Wavy still isn't bufferable, which is what made it hard in combos, and the neutral for the new input required. Otherwise, you get CD3. Okay. It was hold 3, CD4. Oh, so it's actually not as good. But when you do the CD, you need the neutral anyways, right? That doesn't sound true. It sounds like CD3 plus 4 anyways, right? The while standing 3 still works as another way. Okay, yeah, so I don't believe that other guy. Anyways, player expression nerf. I don't think I agree with that. The tech before was specific, but it was really, they enable you to do it more easily, but it wasn't hard to do before anyways. The hard part about the while standing 3 was that you had to time it. Nobody was struggling. Well, okay, let me not speak for everybody. But most people were probably not struggling. No, it's not like a law DSS change, because the input of holding down 3 and pressing 4 is not difficult. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. If you are struggling with that, there are other issues at play, okay? Listen, the hard part was timing the wave dash. Okay, the hard part was timing the movement. It was not holding one of the buttons and then hitting the other button. Okay, so adjusting it to be a 2-button press is really not the issue. If that is your issue, I'm appalled. If that is your problem, you should probably not be playing Amishima. Okay, hop on to Elisa. Hop on to Clive Rossfield, all right? If you can't hit 2 buttons at the same time, join me. Pick Lily, pick Steve, pick these easier characters, pick Asuka, you know? Pick my characters if you can't hit 2 buttons at the same time. Good lord. Anyways, Claudio Untouched, that did not miss my attention. Oh, that was funny. All right. I almost moved on again. I got carried away. While standing 3, new input allowed CD3 plus 4. That's cool. That's a cool change. That's fine. It's really not that big of a deal. What they should do is let Steve do Lionheart into Peekaboo again. That was sick. Where you had to Kara cancel forward 3 plus 4. That was cool. During heat, CD4 during hit 3. The tracking capability of the second hit has been enhanced. I get it because, okay, that's not that egregious of a change. My words, or the words that I read, made me overreact. But I overreacted. What it's saying is, if the first hit hits, the second shouldn't whiff, right? But I hate that new Hell Sweep, bro. Claudio already got touched last pass. He got a slap on the pinky finger, bro. CD4-4. Heat CD4-3. Hey, gray name. It's CD4-4, not CD4-3. I don't think you're right. I actually think you're completely wrong. During heat, during hit 3. Diamond TK. God, sick of you guys. It's the same patch note both times, yeah. Never heard Fee say gray name. I know, right? It's rare. Deviljin down forward 1-4. This move is so dumb. And it's not dumb because it's overpowered or anything. It's dumb because it's dumb because they don't respect the intelligence of Deviljin players. That's what it is. You know why it's dumb? Is because they say you have a mid-high string. Oh no, it keeps getting ducked. Let's give them a mid-mid. You know, it's like you can't open up your opponent with an electric and a wave dash. I guess we'll give you a 50-50 and you're down forward 1. It feels disrespectful to the intelligence of Deviljin players, bro. They can handle it, bro. They want to play a hard character. They want to play an edgy, hard character. It's fine, man. They don't need that. Hitbox stability. Up 4. Hitbox expanded downward. Okay, really. It's a bunch of that. It's a ton of that. All right, Eddie Gordo. Whoa. Eddie Gordo. Back 2-4. The tracking capability of the second hit. Okay. Hitbox stability. Back 3-3. Hitbox stability. Back 3+4. Expanded the hurt box. Hurt box increased. What was back 3+4? What move is that? All right. Sorry. It's back 1-4. Oh, my fault. Thank you. Yep. Thank you. Feng Wei. He T-poses on the ground. The armor move. Oh. Yeah, what the... That one guy did not know what he was talking about. Not saying I can't handle it. I'm used to being called a dumbass by my wife. I'll Bamco do it too if it... Wow, I can see why your wife calls you a dumbass. I cannot read your sentence, bro. I'll Bamco do it to it if it makes Deviljin better by... I'll Bamco do it too if it may... Whatever, man. Praying for you. Jesus. What the... That was impossible to read, bro. Yeah, editor, keep that in. During heat, forward, 1+2 hold. He's the Deviljin player that they made down forward 1-4 and down forward 1-2-4. Oh God, I'm too sick, bro, to contain myself. I'm sorry. You know what? I'm not gonna correct myself. I love it. Hey, thanks for being a good sport, bro. God. Oh. During heat, forward 1+2 hold. Opponent's recovery time has been changed from +12 to +11. Cool. So he can't get the back 4-4 anymore. He had the fishhook heat thing to wall splat. Oh God, that was funny. Up forward 1. Cannot be defended against with attack reversal. Oh, it wasn't considered an airborne attack now. Or before. Now unparryable. Bug fix. While standing 1-3. When are they going to bring Noctis back so you have a chance at competing again? Are you saying that I have no chance of competing unless I pick Noctis? What is this guy's name, bro? Bring back Noctis, Sophie. You said this. You said the exact same thing 5 months ago. You asked me who cares. I didn't catch any of that. When's the YouTube vid? When's Marduk, man? Bring back FDX, worst nightmare Marduk. Bring back Noctis so FDX can have a chance of competing again. I should have stayed on vacation, bro. While standing 1-3, a bug has been fixed where on counter hit, the distance to opponent became farther. Okay, counter hit, pushback, bug fix. Hwarang. No Heihachi. This is a better way to structure it, actually. Two. Uh-oh. Are they nerfing this? Forward 3. Oh, wait, no. Bugs been fixed where the damage of the second hit was lower than intended. Okay. During left flamingo, back 4-3. Tracking capability of the second has been enhanced. Okay. I should say second hitbox stability. Jack 8. Three, 2. Tracking of the second hit has been enhanced. Okay. Three down. What is this move? Triumph performance and strength is specifically on ground hit. Okay. Oh, it goes into stance. I see. Okay. All right. Jin. I hate this character, man. I liked him in Tekken 7. Or down forward 4. Oh, there was a bug like this? When did that happen? Down 4. Why is there a bug with his 4? Was he getting Hell Sweep on accident or something? Interesting. It's every 4 input except forward 4. Bug fix where input would fail during forward dash. Wow, that was weird. I wonder if that was the issue I was having with Lily. I had a tournament where I couldn't input down 3. I would just teabag, and I wonder if that was because it was out of forward dash or something. A bug with his right leg specifically. Man, you're not wrong, okay? You're not wrong for coming to that conclusion. I do feel like there's some Captain Obvious energy there, but you know, it's cool. You're not wrong. It probably was a bug with his right leg. More specifically, it was probably an input bug with like forward 4 or his Hell Sweep, like a different technique overriding it or something. But anyways, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to do too much to you. June. Forward 2 on hit or block 1+2. Tracking capability of second hit enhancement. Okay, second hit stability. I've never seen that with Midway, but whatever. Stop being mean. My fault, bro. During Genjutsu 4. Hitbox expanded downwards. Heat Genjutsu 2 1+2. Amount of Kazama essence gained on airborne hit was set to 6. Incorrectly is now 5. All right. I personally think Kazama essence is a crazy mechanic, and she doesn't really need that, but I don't know anybody who's having fun fighting against the full screen laser. And the crazy part is she's getting essence from moves she's gonna use anyways. You know, like, where's the decision making between let me do this move to build my Kazama essence, or this move to get more damage, or this move to get, you know, there's no choices. It's just, I'm gonna just do the move anyways, get more Kazama juice, and then start blasting. the installs don't feel super well thought out. I feel like Clive's, now I know there's probably some perceived bias, but like I said, I'm probably not playing the character anymore. Clive at least has to choose different moves to build his meter, right? And when he chooses to build meter, it doesn't it leaves all gray health. It doesn't do permanent health damage, which is in alignment with how the character works in FF16. I'm gonna nerd out for a bit, because in FF16, when you use Odin's blades, you don't actually do damage to your opponent. You only build meter. So the idea that Clive had lower damage options that they should do less damage, to be honest, but lower damage options that only leave behind gray health, or always leave behind gray health, and are specifically designed to build meter, should be the standard for when you make choices about how to build meter. Not like, I'm going to do my strong move anyways and build meter anyways, you know? It feels like Tekken is treating us like dummies, you know? And to be fair, I've been on Twitter long enough that they might be right. They might be right on that. So let's look at King. Down back 1 plus 2, 2. I've seen chat, yeah. Reversal break property was not functioning as intended. This issue has been corrected. Okay, fixed rev break bug. Down 3 plus 4, 4. Alley kick. An issue has been corrected where the hitbox of the first attack was unintentionally reduced. Okay. Hitbox bug fix. This is not a major balance patch. This is a major bug fix patch, which... Okay, so if this patch came out as the Season 2 update, that would have been cool. If you remove the 1500 changes, right? Pretend the 1500 changes didn't happen, and then this was the patch, this would have been pretty fire. You know what I mean? The bug fixes and the nerfs were all we needed. We did not need more Kazama juice. We did not need more Azazel balls. You know, like, this, in a vacuum, this patch is pretty good. Unfortunately, we are still sitting with 1500 changes. Heat smash. Oh, I have to specify. That's annoying. Hitbox expanded. Word. Heat burst. Collision detection with the wall. Bug fixes. Kuma Panda back 1. Hitbox expanded upward. Forward 1 plus 2. Hitbox expanded. All right. Lars. Heat smash. Frame data display bug fix, I guess. Weird. Law. Heat smash. Fixed an issue where stage gimmicks did not activate correctly. Okay. Stage gimmick bug fix. Lee. Heat smash. Fixed an issue where, under certain conditions, follow-up moves would not correctly occur after a block attack. Oh, that was the exploit, right? Where he could just do the first hit and heat smash twice or something? Leo. Oh, yeah, Kazuya was untouched. Crazy. It doesn't fit, man. It doesn't fit. That's frustrating. I got it in. I fit it in. Oh, Dragonov untouched also. You forgot King? King untouched? You forgot your eyes, bro. King is literally, we talked about him. Leo. Might need to put this on the next page. I like how Deviljin got buffs while Lee got nothing. Hey, man. We passed Lee. The window for complaints is over. I'm sorry. You can leave the feedback with the Bandai Namco team, not with me. Back 1-4. These are all the K and K transitions. Fix an issue where people were evading high follow-up attacks earlier than intended. God forbid defense accidentally works. My fault, bro. My mistake. God forbid defense accidentally works. Vol Blue is Bach, right? I feel like I asked this every patch note stream. Bug fix for opponents being able to duck early. Back 1+2. Slip under bug fix. Heat smash. Less tracking on whiff. Nice. Let me take a water break. Oh, Jesus. Ugh. Ugh. I need my old song back, bro. Carol G, come back. All right. Let's see. Leroy, 212. Fixed an issue where after the second hit landed, third hit could be crouched and evaded. I've never heard of this early duck bug, but I never really fight Leroy's. Uh, 1+2, 1+2, 1. Distance has been reduced when the sixth hit connects. Okay. Sidestep 3+4. Hitbox fixes. A lot of hitbox fixes. I didn't know Leroy's parry was not working either. Lydia. Stalking Wolf 4. Reduce opponent recovery time by 3 on hits. Okay. Little nerf. UCF4. Oh, this is the this is the move that it had the homing trails, but it would get sidestepped because it's so skinny. So they increase the hitbox. That makes sense. At 4. I adjusted the collision with the opponents to reduce. Okay. Side swap. Bug fix. Is Lydia not gonna fit also? Sad. Smash. Bug fixes. Let's go next page for this one. What's up, Airtrea? Mid-range control characters? Yeah, Lee, kind of. Clive? Lily, kind of. Lily, kind of. As a Chun main myself, I love Xiaoyu and Tekken. You just might like Asian girls, bro, and that's cool. There's nothing wrong with that. But I don't know if those characters are the same. Anyways, yeah, Xiaoyu might be a good pick too, I guess. All right. Last page. Lily, did they nerf my girl? Come on, bruh. Let's see what happens. Standing 3. Behavior on side and back hits has been modified. Maybe this fixes the issue where you can't wall splat with 3-1. Or 3-2. Back-facing opponent 1-2. Certain situations, the issue was mitigated with the forward movement was intentionally reduced, making attacks more likely to whiff. Okay. Stability fix. Everything is really cool, the detail they're giving me, but it boils down to a stability fix. Stability fix on 4th hit. Heat smash. Fix an issue where performing a move with specific inputs unintentionally resulted in stronger tracking. I didn't know that was a thing. I didn't know that was a thing. What was that? There was an exploit that made her heat smash track better? What was it? Lily has been largely unchanged in season 2. I disagree with that assessment. She has like a stupid counter hit slide. And her sidestep benefited from the overall season 2 sidestep buff as well. So I don't know if I agree with that. Reverse Ivory Cutter. Opponent's behavior at first it was adjusted so they face the player. Okay. So it makes combos easier. Going back to old versions of Nina is probably like characters in general that have this fix is going to be crazy where they auto correct when you hit the first part. Fee, you know that downplay is a ban, right? I didn't say where was I downplaying, bro? I literally said she's stronger in this version of season 2. She had the slide in season 1. Yeah, they gave it the cheat engine speed buff where it goes faster. You tried to catch me. You tried to disrupt the patch notes to try to catch me. But you weren't even paying attention. You heard me talk about my own character and assumed that I was downplaying because I play that character. Little did you fucking know that most of the chat room has ears and you don't. If you're going to interrupt the class, you better have a valid complaint next time. Back 1+2, 1+2 during heat. Stand in the corner now. The tracking performance of the 6th hit has been enhanced, but only if the 5th hit lands their spot. Okay, hitbox stability. 1, 2, 1, 1+2. This is the hitbox stability patch, really. Oh god, what happened? My whole desktop went away. Okay, we're back. Editor, please cut that. Thank you. Hitbox stability. Oh my god. I'm so bad at using this laptop. Forward 3+4 during heat on hit. Okay, heat. Stage gimmick bug fix. I swear to God, if I see any streamer slash pro slash content creator defending Tekken, they are getting blacklisted under the shill folder. I swear to God, if I see any streamer, pro slash content creator defending Tekken Harada or the dev team, they're getting blacklisted under the shill folder. Are we allowed to doom yet? Is the continued bait and switch of the dev team at an outrageous point yet? This is the guy that's on the corner of the street with a microphone and like a portable amplifier. He's standing on the corner, broadcasting to the world. Listen, bro. Keep the contents of your computer's folder to yourself. Unless directly asked, I don't think many people are interested in the contents of your folder. Paul, oh boy. They didn't remove his homing move yet? The homing high normal hit launcher, bro? They let him just keep that? What's going on? Back 2-1, hold. Damage down by 12. Oops. Raven. Full crouch, down forward, 3+4, the hell sweep. Follow-up bug fix. This is the This is like the disappearing cartwheel, right? What is that move called? What's that move called? Where he backflips and phases through you? Any Raven players know? Shadow wheel? I don't know. Why don't you just not make shit up, bro? What the fuck? Is it that hard? Blind roll? Is that what it's called? Blind roll? Shadow wheel is kind of hard, but there's no way Raven. I know Raven players don't know what they're doing, but they don't know the names of what they're doing either. I hate you guys, bro. Raven move list. Raven move list. Ridiculous. Where's this move? How do I find it? Maybe from back turn stance? Wait, Phantom Wheel? Is that what it's called? I thought I just saw it. Phantom Javelin? No, that's way cooler. Blind roll. It's called blind roll. It's what it's called. Blind roll. Shadow wheel is cooler, but that guy was lying. Somebody bring Fraxton back. I didn't mean to time him for 10 minutes. I just don't have the capabilities here to fix it. He's not blind. Yeah, but he's rolling from backflip. That's blind. Going into it blind. Reyna. During Heaven's Wrath, 3+4. Oh, thank God. Why was that move ever +3, bro? Is this still a buff compared to Season 1? It's still a buff compared to Season 1, right? What was it in Season 1? -5? Yeah, that is a reasonable... That's a reasonable number. 0 is still crazy, bro. For a character like Reyna, 0 is still crazy. Yeah, -5 was still good. She's like a really evasive character with good movement. It's a full tracking mid. You lose your turn for choosing to go for the tracking option. You know? If you want better frames, you usually sacrifice it in terms of linearity. Having a tracking plus frame mid is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Somebody said Steve untouched. They don't understand the alphabet. We didn't even get to Steve yet. But that's neither here nor there. Down forward 1, 2. It's still whiffing like before. Attempted. Pink name that spent 5,000 points. I choose to believe you that it wasn't fixed. I choose to believe you because I believe Reyna mains would be passionate enough to try to investigate that bug. Do people call Shaheen's stealth step sneak? I've only ever heard it sneak. I've never heard it called stealth step. Am I out of touch? Okay, thank you. Steve. Down forward 2. Incorrect frame data display. Okay, this is kind of an interesting change. It Counter hit. Cool. I think you can't do it anymore. It just says they fixed the frame data display, not that they changed the data. Do you want to mention characters that got launchers after Rage Art nerfs like Steve? Are there characters that don't have it? I thought the intention now is that every character could do it. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I see it. Thank you. Yeah, as in they can launch now. Are there any characters that can't launch now? I'm pretty sure the idea is that everyone can do it now. It was 15 and now 14 on hit. Am I tripping? Changed from 19 to 18. Oh, I see. Thank you. I get it. I get it. Thank you. My fault, bruh. My fault. My fault. I got upset when it was really my fault. Ugh, how are you doing? I'm really sick and I feel the body aches right now. But we're gonna get through this. Forward 1+2 expanded hitbox. Victor's basically untouched, bro. Forward 4-1. Second hit stability fix. It's all stability fixes. During no sword stance, full crouch, down forward 1-2. Oh. Did they nerf Zafina's back 1+2 or did they keep it? They did. Let's see. Okay, wait. Oh, damage down by a lot. Back 1+2. Chip was... Remove homing property. Thank God, bro. Thank God. Oh, wow. Jeez. Wow. How did that make it to the live server, man? Seriously. Opponent's recovery time down. Okay, nice. Mantis down forward 4. Airborne. Okay. That's a nerf? Isn't that a buff? Are you gonna try fucking practice tool after this? League of Legends player found! Practice tool? You mean practice mode? Anyways, probably not immediately. My body is hurting from being sick. So, so I need to I might need to lie down a little bit. But now that I know I can stream here, I might stream some more. We'll see. Am I in a hotel room? Not yet. An issue was fixed or blocking the opponent's active behavior that would have registered as ground was incorrectly registered. Okay. Airborne bug fix. Okay, so we finished the patch notes. In summary, we once again have big system change, which is the Rage Art change, and a whole lot of nothing. Now, to be fair, it's not literally nothing. It's a bunch of changes that we were kind of hoping to get in the transition from season 1 to season 2. So it feels like nothing. It feels like nothing because these kinds of changes are long overdue, you know? Like, this is the kind of stuff we really wanted right away. So to the people who are praying for good news, the good news is it seems like they're kind of figuring it out. Another step in the right direction, getting tired of those. Well, let me start by saying I feel you, but is that really what the hill you want to die on? You know, would you rather start getting more steps in the wrong direction again? You know, so like I get it. It's not enough, but it's much better to be going in the right direction, right? So like, it's shitty, but we've already come to understand that the team working on this, they're no Capcom, okay? They're no Riot Games. Everything is going to be much slower. Everything is going to be much smaller. Expectations have to be tailored. So, yeah, Eris's JFK head analogy is all that needs to be said about Tekken 8. I disagree with Eris's take prior to season 2. After season 2, I think I agree with that more. I get where he's coming from, as I feel like he represents probably some of the most grounded like legacy takes, I would say. But even from like a fighting game perspective, I think season 1 was it had issues, but we expected them to be fixed in the way that fixes are happening now. Anyways, biggest changes are probably the Ana nerfs, reductions in plus frames. I think plus frames should be still looked at. There's still a lot of plus frames in this game. Brian's change is huge. Clive's guard break change is huge. Deviljin getting the new while standing 2 is pretty crazy. Maybe I should star like the big changes, you know? I feel like the big changes are these. Like, these are the ones you'll feel the most as, like, opponents, too. The Snake Eyes change is crazy. I'm assuming the Naniwa Gusto change is good. The Rage Art change is definitely good. Where'd Anna go? Oh, page 1. These ones are big. I think the +2 is going to matter a lot. I don't know the details, but I'm pretty sure that's going to matter a lot. Look at the Brian clip. Don't tell me what to do, bruh. Do you plan to go over Fakuram at all? If I do, it will be later. Probably not this stream. I need to record my YouTube patch notes and then lie down because I'm fucking dying. Did Anna get nerfed? Yeah. She got touched slightly. Alright. Rage Art charge. Brian, Claudio, Clive, Devil Jin, Dragonov Untouched, Eddie. Not much. This one's pretty big. Get well soon. Thank you, Velocity Tempo. That's the nicest thing an Orange name has said to me in a long time. Orange names aren't mean. They're just kind of clueless, usually. But that guy, very on point. Fantastic first time chat. I'm a fan of you. I'm curious about the Lily standing 3-1. This is another L for Tekken. It's hard for me to frame it that way. See you, ITK5. I don't see it as an L. I see it as a microscopic lowercase W. Very lowercase W. Thank you, Brad1773. Appreciate the 10 months. I have to thank everybody. I'll need a sec. This is a big one. Nerf here. I'm trying to like note the most important changes. Does back to 1 on counter hit no longer give like, I don't know what it did on counter hit before. Did it counter hit launch before this patch? Oh, okay. Thanks, fax machine. The Reina one is big, but not big enough. Shaheen tracks sidestep left now as intended. Alright. This is the big change here. For sure. Removing home. That move being homing was so crazy, bro. I'm so glad they touched that. That's so crazy what it was doing before. What if every pro made a joint statement about wanting a patch if the devs not worry about the comp scene? The pros, and it's hard to blame them for this, would rather play on the patch and win, I think. They've been dealing with it for a long time. They've been dealing with shit like this for a long time. I think they would rather just play on it. Very idealistic, but unfortunately, I don't think it would pan out like that. All right. I'm gonna take a break and then record the YouTube version. Thanks for sticking around, y'all. I'm surprised I got to stream. Was the stream pretty stable? I don't see any dropped frames. That's better than my internet at home. That's fucking crazy, bruh. Stream is actually really smooth, bruh. I'm to permanently be on vacation. I have 30 up and 30 down. W Hotel, bruh. Are people forgetting we didn't get a significant patch for 9 months last year? To me, the patches that we got in that downtime were still relevant because we saw character stuff get touched that probably should have gotten touched sooner, but it was still stuff getting touched, right? Now, to me, the real problem was when we got no updates after the Tekken World Tour for 3 months. That was the really bad one. That was the really bad one. The mid-season patches, like the minor patches, were still decent, depending on what the changes were specifically, right? Some of them were like a lot of nothing, and some of them were decent. But the 3 months of true downtime were really stupid, if you ask me. That was really dumb if you care about pro stability, trying to do like a giant season 2 drop party with no testing. That was crazy to me. So anyways, I'm gonna take a stand break, run some ads, and then I'm gonna record the YouTube version. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. I appreciate you guys being here, and I'll see you shortly. Stop the recording. All right. All right. Let's record this main video, shall we? For this one, the music's going down. First, let me thank everybody. My alerts have been off, and I appreciate it regardless. Brad1773, thank you. Snack Mamba, thank you for the 10 months. I thought July was supposed to be the one. Well, Kyle Sans L. Kyle Sans L. That Kai? Thanks for the 2 months. Pishiba, thank you for the 3 months. Gold Bot 267, thank you for the Prime. Ryan Heroing, thank you for the 17 months. Hey, all right. Ham Zilitary, thank you for the 16 months, bro. Ghost Boy GG, thank you. Implosive Raikou, thank you for the 17 months. That is wild. Appreciate it, bro. Spud 022, thank you for the 9 months. We got a little baby. Carrie TW, thank you for the Prime. Did I get everybody? I think I did. Oh no, Phantom Boo. Thank you for the Prime. I'm such a dad. YL3NT, thank you for the Prime. Young Gunna, thanks for the 4 months. Crompster, thank you for the sub. Rainy Days Craze, thank you so much for the tier 1. Oni Shogi, Eshez, Quapper, thanks for the 10 months. Smile. King Mayhem NA, thanks for the 3 months. Needs to see what's going on with King. Well, not much, luckily for you. Kill Switch B, thank you for the 2 months. The Grand Torso, thanks for the Prime. Fax Machine, thanks for the 35 months, bro. Ty J Max, thank you for the 9 months. We also got a little baby. Muztika, thank you for the gift sub. A Cardboard Box, thank you for the 4 months. Of tier 3, the GOAT. Bronze Joe, thank you for the 5 months. Silgrov, thank you for the 2 months. Cloudation, thank you. I think we got everybody. All right, cheers, y'all. Shaddix, thank you for the 8 months. Is patch no stream going on YouTube? Yeah, on the Unhinged channel for the reaction, and then I'm gonna do a proper one. Tell me thank you too. Thank you, Sabi. All right, let's record this main channel video. Are we cooked? It'll just be a while. It'll just be a while. I do want to highlight the new loading screen stuff. Right. All right, chat, you ready? Let's do this for YouTube. Let's get one solid single take, huh? What do we think? What's up, you guys? It's FeedyX. I'm out of town right now, recording from a hotel room, but I had to cover patch 2.03 dropping. Now, you may have caught the Tekken Talk beforehand. There wasn't much news. So if you didn't see it, that's why I didn't do a video, is because there really wasn't much that you missed. But in this update, there will be 5 more character loading screens. I think that's worth noting. You have to go to the Tekken Lounge and fight the ghost of, I believe, the artist who created these loading screen portraits. I think the Deviljin one is sick. I think the Zafina one is sick. But shout outs to all the fan artists who get their art into Tekken. I think that even though the game is going in a lot of directions that are making people unhappy, bringing in actual fan work is really cool. And I'm always really excited to talk about that specifically. In any case, we have update 2.03. If you were expecting a gigantic patch that fixed everything, that's not what this is. However, they continue to take tiny steps in the right direction. And I know you're probably tired of hearing that over and over again. But I will say that the consistency is probably what's most important. With how much trust the community, I think, lost and how much faith they lost in the development team after the Season 2 180, where they said it was a defensive patch, and then we got one of the most offensive patches ever. I think it's pretty important that they continue to take steps in the right direction, even if they're tiny. Obviously, I would hope that the game would be improved more quickly, but we have to take what we can get, right? That's how I feel, anyways. If you're wondering, is this the time to come back to Tekken? I think it'll depend. Is your character in a place where you're still having fun playing them? Because that's going to be the main determining factor. A lot of characters are pretty unfun to fight against, so having fun piloting your character is where the primary fun of the game is going to be. I'm also sick, out of country and sick, but we're going to make it through this video. All right, that's the TLDR. Big changes. I've kind of noted them all in the notes below here, and I've put big stars around what I think are the most relevant changes. A lot of the patch notes this time around are tons of like stability fixes on hitboxes to make things more consistent, which is cool if you're a pilot of the character, but doesn't really affect you if you're fighting against that character. So I've tried to note the things that make the biggest difference. In terms of system changes, we have Rage Art now at -18. This is designed so that every character can now launch punish it. The rationale they explained for this is because Rage is triggering at higher health thresholds with the 200 HP buff, right? We used to have 180, now we have 200. So situations where you used to get a guaranteed kill after a blocked Rage Art, like throwing somebody, is no longer a thing. On top of that, when you're in heat state, all damage you take is gray health. So you're able to dip into rage health and then heal a bunch and theoretically have rage with like 50% HP, if not more. So it's become a situation where blocking a Rage Art, they felt the reward needs to be higher. -18 is the threshold where I believe every character can launch a blocked Rage Art. Other tiny thing is in a previous patch, they fixed 1+2 throw breaking, where if you tap the buttons separately, or you didn't use a bind, you manually hit 2 buttons. It used to be prohibitively strict to try to break that way. So they made the inputs more lenient, but as a consequence, there was a bug where you could option select multiple throws by plinking it. Obviously, that was unintended, so they fixed that bug. Those are the 2 main ones. Now it's time for character-specific bug fixes. Again, I'm happy to see nerfs to plus frames for every character, including my own characters. I will be celebrating those, and I think that it makes for a more fun game overall. You will also hear me pushing for more nerfs where I feel like there weren't enough. That is not an attack on a specific character or character base. It's with the desire to bring Tekken into a place where it's more fun to fight against more characters, right? Including my own. So that's my disclaimer. Let's go through the changes. Elisa, key buff or key nerf here is dual boot forward 1+2, the Hello World, where she goes into chainsaws and, you know, spins with both arms. Used to be +7, now it's +4 on block. I think those plus frames are still significant. Yes, she's in stance, but I would like to see plus frames adjusted overall. Actually, another big one is that her slide kick from dual boot and single boot, where she flies in the air at you and then does a quick slide, it's no longer low parryable ever. It was a bug where it was low parryable before in the later active frames. They've taken that out. So airborne move, not low parryable. That's what's expected. Still kind of crazy to me, but it's their design. Ana has received a significant amount of changes. Her launch, her release state was pretty crazy, and I think we're kind of fortunate, as if you don't play Ana, we're fortunate to have seen Atif in recent tournaments kind of showcase what late stage Ana offense looks like. He learned the character so fast and was able to abuse a lot of her overpowered offense very effectively, right? So that's not to take away from his win. I think it's very impressive to pick up any Tekken character within a month and be world class. Okay, that's really difficult. So thanks to him, we've gotten to see what is really overpowered about Ana, and she gets adjusted more quickly. Hammer Chance 2-1-2 and Hammer Chance 1+2 are now +2 on block instead of +6. They no longer reversal break, and the chip damage is down. This is really relevant because this move put her in crouch. So she had a plus frame full crouch mix-up. That is really unconventional for Ana. Ana usually goes into crouch with mental frames, like canceling a string or taking advantage of you dealing with some of her offense, and then she's suddenly crouching and mixes it up. Getting true plus frames into full crouch is really wild. So I am a big fan of this change. The plus frames in general are crazy to me. For example, her still having +6 on down back 4 is wild. But this is, again, a tiny step in the right direction. A very lowercase baby step in the right direction. The rest is hurtbox fixes and input fixes, as well as her parry, her automatic low parry from Chaos Judgment. if your opponent does an airborne hit like that Elisa slide we just talked about, she'll get Anna will get a tornado if she low parries with that. So just a quality of life thing. All right, Asuka. Asuka is a crazy character. I know I didn't get to stream the mix-up because I've been out of town, but if you didn't watch the mix-up, Asuka put on a clinic piloted by Tibetano. Again, no discredit to the player, but these players are really good at showcasing what makes these characters really obnoxious to deal with. The Rage Art charge up mechanic and Asuka unique mechanic has been nerfed. She can still charge it up. It does less pushback now, but now it's minus 13 on block. So I assume there's still the mind game of sidestepping it and getting clipped if she partially charges it, or letting her charge all the way, but at least now you get a punish if she charges all the way. It used to be +3 on block. I did not know that. I saw +3 in the frame data when I labbed it, and I kind of just glossed over it because of the pushback. I'm like, oh, okay, maybe I'm +3, or like I wasn't paying attention to the side, but there's so much pushback, you can't take advantage of it. I didn't realize that she had frame advantage for charging her entire Rage Art. Few bug fixes on her parries and the counter hit window. Wow, I can barely speak, forgive me. When she started up her parry, if you hit her before the parry went off, there was a counter hit effect. Apparently that was unintended, so they removed that. Naniwa Gusto up forward 1-2 also no longer gives a guaranteed follow-up, I believe, so that's a big change as well. Azucena has some bug fixes to her moves that you'll only really notice if you play her, but here's a big one. Brian. His heat smash is no longer +15, it's +9. +15 is a wild number. They were handing out double-digit numbers like crazy in Tekken 8, so this is a good change. But the big one is Snake Eyes 3+4-2. So 3+4 is the big mid counter hit kick. I don't know why I use my fist. I can't stick my leg up. And then he can charge up a right hand, and it either guard break wall splats or regular wall splats on partial charge. Now, it's no longer -1 on partial charge. It's -9. And you don't get the wall splat unless you go for a full charge. This is a huge nerf, and this is, well, huge nerf. The character's still good, right? But it's a nerf to one of his most oppressive, annoying tools. And I think changes like this need to be the standard going forward. A chatter is telling me that Starbreaker, a EU Brian main, very strong specialist, shows that you can still do a pickup even though it doesn't wall splat cleanly. So he'll still get a combo without the full charge. It's just no longer a wall splat combo. So thanks for that detail, chat, coming in clutch here. But yeah, that's a huge change. Most, I think, changes in this scenario, like these charge up situations that you just kind of have to guess between, I'm glad they're changing these. And I'm going to follow up by saying that I'm glad they changed it on Clive too. Clive is a character that I saw recent success with at a regional in Albuquerque, Sandia Showdown. I went into the tournament with very little prep because I was prepping for the Sajam Slam in Street Fighter. I did no Tekken practice for 2 weeks, and I got 3rd place using Clive in top 8. So I think Clive is really dumb, and I'm glad they're adjusting him in this way. His heat charge guard break string, forward 2-2-1, is now also -9 on block. It was +2. If you fully charge it, you no longer get the wall splat from 2-1. You only get, or the guaranteed 1+2, or the whatever other options. You only get +11, so you get a little knockdown at best. So this is a huge change to these unfair charge scenarios, and I am a big fan of it, even though it's touching my own character. Claudio is untouched. I know they hit him in a previous patch, but I would have liked to see more consideration for a lot of these situations these characters are putting you in, right? They did nerf his charge string sequence, but I still think the fact that it can be charged to different levels is a very, very wild mechanic to include. That's my conservative Tekken take, I suppose. Other Clive changes I think are interesting. Down 1 having more pushback on hit doesn't feel like a nerf to me. Maybe it's to make his like while standing 4 whiff after, but in general, Clive is a really good at ranges where other characters can't hit him, where they have to get in, right? So the fact that while standing 3 has reduced pushback on block, while down 1 has more pushback on hit, it feels kind of back and forth to me. Like, I get they're different situations, but I don't know necessarily that more pushback is a Clive nerf, right? Devil Jin. So they one thing that's really exciting about this patch that I forgot to mention is that they actually decided to walk back their statement that there were going to be widespread buffs this patch. In the previous patch 2.02, they said that they were going to do a bunch of buffs, and they announced that. However, they said, after careful consideration, we decided to limit the scope of this adjustment to Devil Jin only. So it's good news that there are less buffs in general. I'm sure the Devil Jin mains will be happy about this. In my opinion, Devil Jin is designed in such a toxic way where, like, he really is such a casino 50-50 character that it's hard to balance a character like him. And if they make him too strong, people are going to complain a lot. So they have to tread lightly here. Here's what they did. While Standing 2 is now a 14-frame launcher. It was 15 frames. So that's a big change. That's a big change for Devil Jin. The rest are hitbox stability things, which, to be fair, I think were long overdue, even back in Tekken 7. And then they've made his combo with the While Standing 3 have, like, they gave a little quality of life buff to that combo route. CD3 plus 4 now accomplishes the same thing as While Standing 3. Before, you had to specifically hold down 3, wave dash, and then hit 4 while holding the 3. Now they've just mapped that input. So I think that that's a nice quality of life change. It doesn't really make it much more... it doesn't really adjust the difficulty. It's like players were doing it anyways. Let's just make it official. Dragunov is untouched. I really think having a While Standing 12-frame heat dash launcher is still crazy, but they want him to have that. So he has it. Eddie, not many changes. Again, hurtbox and hitbox stuff. Fang, his guard break no longer is plus 12. That means he doesn't get the fish hook into the wall splat, the heat string. So now he only, I assume, gets back 1 if he gets the guard break. So change in what is guaranteed after guard breaking. Most characters, again, just hitbox stability on like 2-hit strings. Hurtbox changes. Jin Kazama had a bug where all these inputs would fail sometimes during a forward dash. So his right leg was like cursed. He couldn't like dash and do a right leg input, but only sometimes. So weird. Jun Kazama, not many changes. They have a 1-point Kazama Essence nerf. I talked about this when I reacted to this live, which you can check out the FDX Unhinged channel if you want to see. But I feel like Kazama Essence is a strangely designed install because she gets points and like buffs for doing moves she was going to do anyways. If you compare that to like a character like Clive, where he has to pick moves specifically to gain Zantetsuken meter, and those moves only deal gray health damage, they don't do permanent health damage, there's like a choice to be made. The moves have different properties, things like that. I think that if you're going to give characters buffs and installs, there should be more decision points and more things to do and think about when trying to leverage those mechanics, rather than having a situation where the character's just getting stronger for already doing what they were going to do, you know? And this is from talking to June players, right? Like, it feels like you're getting Essence for free as long as you're, you know, landing hits, doing combos. So I hope they take a second look at that install, if not sooner, at least in Season 3. There was a reversal break bug with King's Muscle Armor 2. And then Alley Kick had a specific bug with the hitbox I'm not sure about, but they've addressed those. And by the way, I think that even though it feels like a big nothing patch, there's still a ton of problems with the game. If the Season 2 change were all of these hitbox and hurtbox fixes, we would have been chilling. You know what I mean? Like, if it was all nerfs going into Season 2 and hitbox and hurtbox changes, this is what we were kind of looking for. So it's kind of too late in the sense that it took all this time and we've had to have broken versions of the game to get here. But these are the kinds of changes at least the people that I talk to tend to want. So again, it's weird because a lot of us feel like it's not enough. It's not enough. It's not happening quickly enough, but the changes are objectively going in the right direction. Timing is very important, obviously, but it's just a frustrating place to be in as a Tekken player. Kuma Panda, again, hitbox and hurtbox changes. Lars Heat Smash had like a frame data display bug fix. It's like literally the same frame data, but they changed the way the opponent behaves on block to fix the display. I have no idea what was going on there. Law's Heat Smash sometimes didn't trigger stage gimmicks if you whiffed the first hit and the follow-up went through. Lee's little Heat Smash like bug exploit type thing where the first kick would go off and he wouldn't do the follow-up hits and then you could Heat Smash again. That one has been fixed. Leo had a bug that I didn't know about where if he went into K&K stance where he lifts his knee up and his arm goes up. I can't get my knee in the camera. He lifts his knee up. The opponent could duck like a follow-up early, so they fixed that. Again, I didn't know that was a thing. And again, more stability fixes. Apparently, Leroy's Hermit wasn't parrying some lows. Lydia, Stalking Wolf 4, her low from Wolf Stance is this one. Okay, fist up like this. So she like kicks your toes and chops you. +5 on hit instead of +8. That's a significant nerf. Obviously, plus frames are still an advantageous state, but it's presumably those 3 extra frames will give you more ways to like sidestep or move. I haven't labbed the specific scenario with the new changes, but that's something to be aware of. She had a homing kick where she would jump in the air that was really skinny. So even though it was homing, people could sidestep it and their head ducking under would go under. They've fixed, presumably they've made the hitbox thicker so that issue won't happen. Lily, it doesn't seem like these are a bunch of changes. Standing 3 has different behavior on side and back hit, presumably to fix an issue where if you kick somebody's back at the wall, they'll turn around before the second hit can hit them. And apparently there was a heat smash tracking exploit from back turn, which I didn't know about. I should have been abusing that, but unfortunately I did not know about it. Nina. Biggest change, I think, is as a Nina player, Reverse Ivory Cutter will realign on the first hit. So it makes combos a bit easier. That's kind of a big change, especially if you go back to play Nina in older games, but that's kind of a niche issue. Paul, back 2-1, no longer counter hit launches on the second hit. You just get a guaranteed follow-up, and they've nerfed the charge damage. Reyna, big change here. Her Heaven's Wrath 3+4, the big stomp, the lightning stomp out of Wrath Stance is this one. Sentai Stance is the spinny one. Okay, so Wrath Stance, after like her Hell Sweep, when she stomps, she's only 0. She was -5 in Season 1, and that was still in alignment with, I think, Tekken philosophy. If you pick at the tracking mid option, you should probably give up your turn, right? Well, in Season 2, they made it +3, and now it's 0 on block. So it's a step in the right direction. I think this move should still be minus. Yes, I know Reyna players will complain at me, but I think that a tracking mid option should usually give up your turn. Now, down forward 1-2, the second hit had a bug where it would whiff even though the first hit connected. They said in the patch notes that they fixed this, but immediately while I was streaming, there was Twitter clips being sent to me about how it was still a bug. It wasn't fixed. So they'll have to take a second pass at that. Shaheen had a bug where sneak down forward 1 wasn't tracking sidestep left. It was intended to. They fixed that. Steve, frame data display change mainly. Down forward 2 ducking in where he does the counter hit mid punch and then weaves in, ducks in. It's not a weave, it's a duck. They just show the frame data more properly now. And then up back 2 used to sometimes slip under the opponent. It no longer does that. And the rest for Victor, Xiaoyu, Yoshimitsu are hurtbox and hitbox fixes. The big change for Zafina is that back 1+2 is no longer homing. I don't know how a move that would reach like 4 backdashes across the screen was ever a homing safe mid. So thank goodness we're here. How did that make it to the live server ever? The chip damage is down 2, which is good. And then if she has the Azazel Ball, the install, the buff, it's only +2 on block instead of +4. So you see what I mean, right? Like, these changes are in the right direction. If they gave Zafina the new move, back 1+2, and it wasn't homing in Season 2, that'd be fine. We're at a position where if this was the patch we got, like, if the patch we have right now is what we got for Season 2, the reaction would not have been as bad, I think. I think it still would have been crazy in a lot of ways. Paul still has the launching normal hit high from Deep Dive. As a brief example, Lily got a normal heat smash front facing. There's a lot of crazy stuff still in the game. Objectively, we're moving in a better direction. The problem is it's taking so long. And even though they're providing a stable environment for pro players, a lot of us are stuck here fighting unfun characters over and over in ranked and first to twos. So my recommendation is if Tekken is still a game that you really are feeling and you really are engaged with, me personally, I've been trying other fighters. Street Fighter 6 is decently fun for me, but I'm still a Tekken enjoyer at heart. My recommendation is to find Discord communities to play with, hop in the Tekken Lounge. Longer sets make this game much more enjoyable than the first to two ranked grind. Quick match is the thing for sure too. That's my recommendation if Tekken is still that game for you. Oh, and I guess I should talk about some of the Tekken Talk stuff. So Atelier Yumiya, we have a collaboration here. that was fairly, to be honest, sad. So for this customization, they teased this as our, like, you know, big collab. And what we get is Yumiya's hair strand and a slime ball. That's it on Reina. That's it on Heihachi. In Atelier Yumiya, they got Reina's full costume and a Heihachi slime. So I feel like we got the short end of the stick in Tekken, I'm not gonna lie. Especially given that they got Johnny, the artist, to show Reina in Yumiya's outfit. So I feel a little bamboozled, to be honest. But, you know, happy for Atelier Yumiya players. They get a Reina costume. Happy for them. Yes, if you missed this Tekken Talk, you didn't miss much. There was a more in-detail Fahkumram video. So if you want to check that out, you can do that. And the Tekken Talk also showed one full round of Brian versus Fahkumram. So I guess let's check that out now, and that's how we'll wrap up this video. Brian versus Fahkumram. Young kids on the dev team. All right, so Fahkumram is out now if you have the season pass. That's an early thing we just saw. He did a jet kick and it got sidestepped to the right. The jet kick used to be homing in Tekken 7. And because it has a guard break now, it being more linear is pretty important. Full charge guard break into Rama stance. And something that I personally feel right away is that the Rama stance animation is going to be really annoying if you see it multiple times in a match. There's a part of the game where he does it twice in a row, and I was like, oh, I'm going to get really annoyed. I'm going to get really annoyed seeing this happen to me over and over. Counter hit, cannonball straight from Brian. Wall carry, wall break. He not in heat, so we can't get the heat dash there. Float from Fahkumram. Heat smash. Down forward 2-1, forward 1+2, and the new low. Yep. Fahkumram has a new advancing low that's +4 on hit. Okay, hatchet kick from Brian. Oh, he tried to sidestep 4, but Brian is out of there. Down forward 1-2 gets punished. Night Thunder. Off the standing 3. Down 4, launch punish. The Brian player is ready to punish Fahkumram. That's good stuff. Being able to launch down 4 is pretty important. That's a new move. I've not seen that before. Sidestep on the cannonball straight. Teep kick, counter hit, guaranteed forward 1+2. Hell sweep with the follow-up. No clean wall splat, but the running 3 does give a clean wall splat. Heat burst. Heat dash. Running 3 does not connect there, but a 1-2 counter hit to close it out. All right, QCB1, hatchet kick. Brian's still doing similar stuff, but now we know he no longer gets the same properties on the Snake Eyes charge move. Okay, down forward 3+4. That's a new Fahkumram move, I believe. Guard break, Rama stance into the unbreakable throw. I believe that will do floor break. That has floor break properties. Parry into Rama stance again. You see what I mean? Like, the stance is cool. He's aura farming. But multiple times in a match, I think it starts to get, you know, it might get old. So I'll be mashing and I'll be probably dying for mashing. Anyways, I think they actually got this from the trailer, or this is the trailer moment, right? Maybe not. No. This is just the same stage from the trailer. It does not stop the clock either. So this animation takes about like 3 seconds. From 37 to 34 by the time you get to regain control as the player. I guess outside of guessing your mix-up, right? A little quick time event. So the most promising thing about this trailer that I thought was pretty cool was this moment right here. Right as the second move, Fahkumram throws a jet kick at +4 and it gets sidestepped to the right cleanly, right? This is crucial. The fact that that move was homing in the previous game is criminal. In any case, I think that's the main thing that came out of the summer update video that was promising. Although me personally, I'm excited for the swimsuit outfits in 2.04 coming in August. Not this month, but the next month. Anyways, thanks for sticking around for the... My bad, I kicked my water bottle. Thanks for sticking around for this patch note coverage. We'll be back to regular videos from, my regular studio setup shortly. But I appreciate you guys sticking around. I appreciate the chat for being here. And thanks for watching. If you enjoy this type of video, subscribe for more. Catch you in the next one. Peace. All right, let me record the intro again, I think. It wasn't listed as a true homing move in 7. Yeah, it didn't have the trails either. But I remember watching like a video from a top-down angle. They had like Lily step 90 degrees and she still got kicked. Oh. All right, I have to record the intro again. Let's see. What's up, guys? It's FeeDX. I am out of country, but here to record the patch notes for version 2.03. Relevant note, there was a Tekken talk yesterday, but Harada and Nakatsu weren't there. It was just a Tekken talk with Yasuda Esports and Michael Murray. They talked about Fahkumram, they talked about some of the upcoming updates, but you really probably didn't miss much. They had brief gameplay of Fahkumram, but no in detail kind of move list coverage that they usually do with Nakatsu. So I don't think you missed much. The swimsuit update that you see on screen is coming not this patch, but the next patch in version 2.04. Aside from that, a big thing I think is worth noting is the character artwork. So every patch, they've done fan-made character art that can be won through the Tekken Fight Lounge. And it's limited time, and usually I think supporting like fan art or like community contribution is the main thing that I think is worth highlighting. So the one you see on screen is also version 2.04. The one that's there for this patch is this one. The Deviljin one is super fire. So Tekken Fight Lounge, you get to fight the ghosts of the artists, I believe, which is pretty cool. But yeah, aside from that, we'll be talking about the patch notes today. We've gotten a preview of what's going to be on the patch notes, mainly a rage art adjustment and buffs coming for other characters. But I will say something that was a pleasant surprise to me was that they walked back the buffs on the characters. Regarding previously announced character buffs, as announced in the previous patch notes, we originally planned to implement buffs for several characters that would have minimal impact on the overall battle balance. However, after careful consideration, we decided to limit the scope of this adjustment to Deviljin only, in order to keep the impact on the overall balance to a minimum. So I'm happy to see them walk back the desire to buff more characters. Part of the frustration in Tekken 8 is that fighting against an enemy character feels impossible. Defending against an enemy character feels impossible, to the point that you're better off just running your own offense, right? Buffing characters does not feel like the solution to that. Where fighting an enemy character is so frustrating that you need to just swing harder and faster. So I like the idea that they're going with here. Aside from that, we'll be going through the character changes and the system changes. Let's get into the video. I don't know if that intro is going to work. I'm sick as fuck and I forgot what I said in the previous take, but I've got to send this over. All right, chat. I would stream longer. I would stream longer, but I am feeling extremely shitty. I'm not going to lie. I feel really sick. My body hurts. So, we're going to call it here. Oh my goodness. We're going to call it here. I would like to stream longer. Maybe I'll get to show some Street Fighter gameplay or Fahkumram gameplay later. But that's all I got for now. Thanks for hanging out. I'm going to run some ads and then we'll raid somebody. GG's indeed. I don't think I can run ads. I think they're on cooldown. Twitch is griefing me, bruh. Alright. Landon? Oh, alright. Is Landon streaming right now? He is? Alright.